We're MonkeyJunk, and you're watching the AU Review.
Normally I welcome people to Ottawa, but this is your job to welcome me.
Yeah, we're welcoming you.
Ottawa Bluesfest. I guess let's start there. How does that change the city for the 10 days or so that it's on?
Well, it kind of takes over the city, and it's grown quite a bit in the I guess 21 years that it's been happening. It started as a very modest, very small, one-day traditional blues festival, and it's grown in that time to how many days now? 10 or more days, and 4 or 5 stages, and it's gone from a modest, probably 1,000 or 2,000 people to tens of thousands of people every day. So it's great to have in our city, and we're very proud to be a part of it.
And it's much more than just the blues now. You had Kanye the other day. You've got the likes of I guess Lynyrd Skynyrd sort of fit into it, but just more traditional rock acts and CeeLo Green pop acts. And
isn't Iggy Azalea? Iggy Azalea is playing the Azalea. Yeah. I'm dating myself here. I don't know who that person is at all, but it started out as Matt was saying as a traditional blues fest, but now it's a music fest of all kinds. I mean, this year they have a lot more country acts than usual. I think Keith Urban is playing. Isn't he one of your people?
He is. He doesn't sound like us much anymore, but.
Keith Urban, yeah, and but Deep Purple is playing, Kanye West. I don't know who else are the bigger acts that are coming in. We had Lady Gaga. Was it last year or a couple of years ago? Yeah. So I mean, it's just become everything, and it's good. It's good for the city, because if it was just a blues festival, you'd have like a day, maybe 2, and then maybe you might get 1,000, 2,000 people, but now it's expanded, but there's quite a bit of blues acts as well. Like if you actually check the lineup, you can find a lot of blues in there,
And you guys fit into that very comfortably as well.
Yeah, we've been playing it in different formations for many years. I think Tony's played almost every one that's happened. I played a whole bunch. Matt's played a whole bunch. So we're definitely comfortable there. The format of MonkeyJunk is kind of, blues in there. It's like really blues influenced, but we write our own songs, and we don't really try to stick to any one thing. We just kind of write, and whatever happens, happens. And so yeah, it's every time we play, it's a lot of fun at Bluesfest. It's kind of like a nice homecoming. We do a lot of touring through the year, so to come home and play a big festival in our hometown and have a bunch of people come hang out, it's always a really good time.
You mentioned that you don't put yourself in any corner musically. How is that leading then to your 4th record? What can we expect? What can we expect from it?
Well, I think the 4th record is definitely the most original record as far as songwriting goes, and it's probably the most varied as far as styles go. We've it's kind of an ever evolving thing, our band, and the way we make music, and the way I guess it probably comes across to our fans and to other people. We've got a really good I think mix of some new styles for people that are used to our previous records, and we're just really excited to get it out there. I think it's gonna make a pretty good impression on a wider range of listeners.
It's very rhythmic. I find this time we took a lot of new. We investigated some new rhythms. We tried to explore some groups that we haven't really done before. Just try and change it up. We don't want to be making the same record over and over again, and I don't think we have. But I don't know. I would just say there's less obstacles. Every time we make a record, it's like we just take down boundaries, stuff that we didn't think we would do before, or surprise ourselves with something that we did. Like on this one, we've got this tune with like full on 80s guitarmony parts, you know, like, and it's like, yeah, Viking sex rock. And it's like, where did that come from? I don't own any Thin Lizzy, but nonetheless, you know.
One of the things you can hear from our first record to the latest one that's about to come out is you can hear how the music has progressed into the different styles. When we first started out, as we were saying, you know, there's a lot more blues type of material on it. But you could even hear in the first record how it was going to, you know, we started to do our own thing. The second record was way more of sort of writing our own original material and evolving into different rhythms and just, you know, into rock songs, for example. The third one is totally like, you know, was the most original, well, still is the most original release we have. And you can hear exactly how it progressed into that, and this one is just taking it further. So that's what I really like about this band, that it's able to show you. You can hear a few remnants from the last record creeping into the new one, and then this new sort of way, or just new formats or new different rhythms. That's what I like about it.
And we'll be hearing that in September, but you're on the road at the moment playing some shows, obviously Ottawa Bluesfest, but moving on from there and playing other events. Talk me through a little bit about how your sets are looking at the moment. Are you sneaking in some of the new material?
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we've been, I think we've played 5 or 6 of the new songs, and we've received some really good feedback on them, a couple songs in particular, and not only is it good for people that have come to see us over the years and they're getting something fresh and new, but it's good for us because we've been playing the same songs for a while. And it's injected a really exciting kind of new breath of fresh air into our shows, and it's a fun part of the cycle for us because we're moving into this new release and we're working out the songs live, and even from the point of when they're recorded, now having played them live a few times, they're starting to evolve even more, and it's just really exciting to have that breath of energy into the set.
Gives a chance to road test them as well, and
That's right.
That's going to be a little nerve-wracking because they're probably already well cemented into the record.
Yeah,
getting pressed as you speak, and if it doesn't work live, then you're kind of go, oh, what have we done?
Yeah.
We've kind of always done it backwards that way. We're you know, a lot of bands will write new material maybe while they're on tour, test them out in front of an audience. We kind of do all our creation right before we record. In fact, some of the songs we record are so brand new that they don't have lyrics. You know, we just put together a musical arrangement that we like, and, you know, a groove and a key, and just pick some guitar riffs and whatever. We just make a musical arrangement and leave space where we think vocals might go, and take our best guess later and just drop them on. And so, like you say, you know, our songs are already recorded, complete, and like they're at the manufacturers now. So if we play one that doesn't go very well, that one will just get stricken from the record. You know? We'll just not play it. It'll be an album track.
It's happened before where we've recorded some songs and we played them and we expected a different reaction sometimes. And
Yeah.
like, you know, they're not, you know, or some songs that you don't think is going to get that kind of reaction, gets a massive reaction. So you just got to throw them out there, and we'll know eventually. You know, talk to us in a year, and we'll tell you how that went.
The good thing right now is that we've got 4 records to pull material from, so no 2 shows are ever really the same. Sure, we've got certain songs that we play every show because they garner a good reaction, but and certain songs that we kind of, well, we just like playing them. But now, having all this material to pull from, we're able to mix up the sets a bit and not necessarily have them all, have it be the same show, so when people come and see us, hopefully they're getting something they haven't seen before.
Yeah, one of the things about this band that we do a lot, we improvise. Like a lot of the solos are improvised right there on the spot, and live, that's a big part of it. So there'll be sections and songs. This is how the songs evolve on stage, and as Matt was saying, like they certainly change from the way we recorded them because we improvise a lot, you know. whether it be during the solo section and stuff. I mean, this one of those songs on our second album, Right Now, has become this like, he gets his big drum solo on that now. It never used to be that. And we used to go, oh, just do a drum solo, just do it, okay. And now it's become like a big part of the show because Matt is awesome.
Everyone loves a drum solo.
Exactly.
You got to have the drum solo.
Yeah.
Looking ahead to the year ahead, you mentioned talk in 12 months, but what is the next 12 months looking like for you, tour-wise? When you've got some shows up until the album's released, and then the album's released, then do you head off on the road? How is the next 12 months shaping up?
Yeah, we'll probably do mostly Canadian and American dates for the rest of this calendar year. Then we have a European tour coming up in the spring of next year, and then we'll kind of see what happens. We'll probably think we have some Western Canadian stuff next fall. They plan so far ahead sometimes it's hard to keep track, but we sure would. I would love to come visit Australia, actually. I played there a couple times with a guy named Harry Manx.
Oh, yeah.
And so I just, from seeing a lot of the music that is popular in Australia and being to some of the festivals.
Did you do the Bluesfest with
did,
Harry?
yeah, in 2006.
Is that the Black Keys story? Was
No,
there?
that's a different one.
Oh, okay.
No,
Right.
but
The
like...
Black Keys played in 2006.
Did they?
It was either 2006 or 2007.
Quite possible. It was the first time it was the first time I saw Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings that year. That was cool. But I just, having seen a lot of what's going on and what's popular, I feel like what we bring would be enjoyed by some Australian audiences. So we're working on that. And other than that, it's kind of not really sure. Throw the record out and see what happens and go on tour and try and do it all over again.